Giving you a
What?
nothing.
Ask if they were giving you a gun when you got there, right?
Yeah, that's what you asked. I said, I don't think so.
He's going to a very nice. The Czech Republic is a nice country, Mike.
You know?
They're not savages.
You fly in here, the first thing I do is hand you a gun.
Yeah. Well,
It's just the right way to be.
you live like right at the intersection of fucking what is it? Deliverance and Brokeback Mountain. Like, there's a whole lot of fucked up shit going on there. Welcome to the Practical Pistol Show, folks. My name's Ben. I'm here to answer your shooting questions. On deck today, Grandmaster Tim.
Hey, what's up?
President Mike.
Yo.
Soon, maybe. I don't
Yes.
know when this airs. And Grandmaster Matt.
Hi.
Hey, guys, today we're talking about the ProAm thing, the Southeast Regional ProAm match that you and Mike went to, and Mike did well at, and you did okay too, Hopkins.
Did okay.
You did okay.
I had
Mike.
fun, dude. I had fun for once.
No one cares about your fun. Mike, tell us how much fun you had.
You know, that's always a great match. Dave Savigny puts that match on, and he makes it about the shooters, about the prizes, about making it all happen. I mean, he's really effective at that, and if he's anywhere out there, I hope he does it again next year.
All right, so what is the ProAm?
It's a falling
For-
steel.
For those of us who've not attended.
It's a independent falling steel match dealt with in either par times or total time for knocking down all the plates, depending on who's putting it on and which way they set it.
And what division you're shooting also.
Right, whether you're shooting ProAm.
Or carbine.
Okay, so this was different than last year's match, yeah?
It was. The pros shot all of the plates down and were allowed 15 plus 1 in their gun rather than 10 plus 1. The AMs were still on par times at 10 plus 1. Everyone shot heads up for pistol caliber carbine, and it was all of the plates down total time.
How many guys participated in that?
The pistol caliber carbine,
Yeah.
like 30 or something. Is that right,
There
Matt?
was 30, yeah.
Did Matt do it?
He did.
Yeah, I actually shot it. So I got there and didn't actually plan on shooting it. Seeing people shoot it the day before convinced me to shoot it. So I shot it right before I flew out on Saturday.
Wow.
Probably
And
the most fun I've had shooting a action pistol type match.
what about a
it was-
grenade launcher? Is it as fun as a grenade launcher?
I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, pretty soon I find that out. But I could probably say it won't be as much fun as that.
All right, Mike, how did you do at the pistol caliber carbine?
I shot a pretty conservative match on Friday morning, and
Yeah.
my score held up all the way through the weekend.
Yeah, but you were just shooting against a bunch of schlubs like Hopkins. Like, there was no real heat there, right?
No, a bunch of scrubs.
I was
Robert
no.
Monroe and Jansen Jones and Eric Lund and Dave Savigny and Hoppy.
So aside from some of the top shooters in the world, there was nobody good there, right?
Not really.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Schlubs, all of them.
Bunch of duffers. Well done, Mike. Well done.
Somebody had to pick on those guys, you know.
Jesus. Yeah, you should run your mouth more, because when you go back next year, those guys are going to assassinate you. They're going to be out to get you.
You know, regarding that, there were tons of assassins coming out of the woodwork. I mean, I shot on Friday, and by Sunday I saw Shannon Smith and everybody turning up trying to beat me. It was epic.
Jesus.
That's awesome.
They're going to fix their guns. They're going to come back next year
Yeah,
and just get it on. Or whatever. I don't know.
I hope so, because I'll be right there. I want to do that again. It was so much fun.
Hopkins,
Yeah,
how'd you let Foley beat you, man?
I don't want to make excuses, but I've never shot the gun before.
It's not.
It was given to me the morning of. I never pulled the trigger on it.
What do you mean? You couldn't put up a world-class performance with it?
No, I could not. And
With a
I
gun
wouldn't
you've
knock
never
the gun
trained
at
with?
all, but I would not choose that gun to shoot the match again with.
What was it?
But it was very kind of Dave to loan me his gun to shoot the match. And
Oh, an
what was
FN.
No, it was a Tavor,
What the hell's that?
an Israeli Special Forces gun.
Okay.
So I'm like an operator now, you know.
Why didn't you like it?
It's awkward. It's a bullpup, so
Oh,
used to
so
that.
it's more like a special ed gun.
I offered you an American gun.
I know.
All right, so Mike, what makes a good pistol caliber carbine for Pro-Am?
Well, in this particular case, like in nearly everything else, reliability is number one.
I was just fucking around when I said they're going to get their
No,
guns to work.
That literally.
Oh, no, literally reliability.
Yes.
Oh, really?
I saw everyone do wrong was, number one, their stuff wasn't reliable, and number two, they came with all kinds of weird ways to load magazines. They didn't think that through. They didn't think through how they were going to reload. There were all kinds of things. There's the afterthought. Now, my question for Matt is, did you wear the gloves?
No, I wasn't that operator.
Oh man,
What
should have worn
oh,
gloves and a chest
Mike, you
rig.
got-
Dave told
grew a
me.
beard.
Dave told me he looked at the scores and said I had no chance of placing in the top 3, so not to wear them. That was when he handed me the gun for the first time.
you cashed out pretty hard on wearing some, operator gloves or whatever they were.
Absolutely. SKD Tactical had a contingency program going. If you wore their Pig Alpha Touch full dexterity tactical gloves the entire match and you won, they paid out $500 cash.
So, like, by the entire match, like, going to the bathroom and stuff, or what?
Absolutely. Every step of the way. Lunch and everything.
Really?
Number two, the whole deal.
Okay. Well, that's
I mean,
good.
that's operator right there, bro.
Well, so Mike, you would say you won this match based more on your smarts than your trigger finger.
Well, the game's a lot like that, isn't it?
You're Foley the brain.
That's pretty scary.
Jesus.
This thing will wind up in the Smithsonian someday. That a gun that was reliable.
So did with the reliability problems, were guys running like softer ammo or something? Like, I don't understand what the problem is.
No, the carbine that I chose was the JP 13, and it uses Glock magazines.
So sort of an economy carbine, right?
About $1,500 retail. It wasn't.
I know nothing about these. You say JP, and I hear lots of dollars.
Right, but
I think it's a pretty value-based compared to some out there.
It is?
I mean, the Tavor I shot, I think, retails for like $2,900.
Yeah, but that's Israeli Special Forces, dog.
I know, dude.
It's worth triple that.
So,
It actually ships with a Palestinian's ear in the box, doesn't it?
oh,
I don't know. It wasn't in Dave's bag he gave me with it.
I'm just guessing. I don't know. Is that not true, Mike?
I'm staying away from that one.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know how they do it over there. So, no ears shipped with your gun, right, Mike?
No ears at all.
Okay. So a value proposition.
Not bad, really. I mean, I would consider it to be a value.
So you bought this gun. You got $500 for wearing the gloves. How much did you get for winning?
I won another carbine that retails for about $1,100.
I'm trying to do the math. Oh, doesn't quite sound like it worked out.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it worked out.
Wait a minute. He
It's
got
talking retail
gloves.
prices.
He got gloves too, right? Or he got $500.
Did you have to
If it's
pay for the
gloves.
gloves?
Say again?
Did
Did
you
you
have
get
to pay for the gloves?
Yeah, but they gave you a discount. It was awesome. The funny thing is, I saw so many guys wearing those gloves that, at $40 a pop, it was epic.
SKD made money off of this match just by the glove purchases.
Throwing them down in anger at the end of the day, but they bought.
I think a good analogy is this: like the dudes that pick up the single stack gun to go out and shoot single stack nationals with it, and then doesn't run because they never shoot it. Would you agree with that, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, people shooting borrowed guns. I bought this gun just to shoot this match with a few months ago. I spent a little time with it. I didn't do much practice, but I knew the gun would run. I knew it was zeroed. And
Mike, the word you've been giving me, you're on the range doing 500 rounds a day the last couple months. That's what you've been telling me.
You know better. We have proof. I've been everywhere except the range doing drills.
Okay. So, well, all right. One question I have when I hear about this match, maybe you could explain this to me, Hopkins. Why did they break up, like, it's 10 rounds for amateur and 15 for pros? Like, what's up with that?
I'm not sure. I really didn't. I don't like it. I think the par time in 10 rounds makes it way more interesting than raw time with added rounds. Just for my personal preference.
Well, yeah, but I don't understand the difference. Why would it be different in the same match?
I don't know. I think the problem they were running up to was there wasn't enough time for the amateurs to shoot enough steel.
Yeah, you take a guy, and I'm not going to pick on the D-class guy, but you take a guy who's D-class, and if you have to wait for him to with 10+1 in his gun, shoot down 32 pieces of steel, and some of them were, 3.5-inch circles and 4-inch squares, we might still be there. And so just to speed the match along, just so that you know that you're at 3 minutes a shooter or whatever the ideal time was that Dave had set, for the schedule, you have to limit the amount of time they can be out there banging at it, or they'll stay out there until they're finished.
So let me twist that into something really offensive to D-class shooters. Really, they don't even belong in the same match as pros like Mike Foley and Matt Hopkins. And if we're going to let them out there, like, let's just give them a time limit, then they got to get off the swing set and let the big kids back out.
Well, I think that's for people who are bad at math. Because without those guys, nobody gets to play.
It's still there after the election's over. It's okay, Mike.
No, seriously. If you don't have everybody at every skill level.
Oh my God.
Now,
all of us a-holes who jet set around and live the good life shooting matches against one another.
what are you talking about, Mike? Okay, do the math, bro. $1,500 gun, $40 gloves, and you got an $1,100 gun.
$200 entry fee.
Oh shit. Well, okay, that's
for all that stuff. What are you talking about?
He's put his USPSA tab up already.
This sounds like you're breaking even, bro.
Okay. A lot of people did the same thing and didn't break even.
Right. That's what happens when you win at shooting. You get to break even.
Yeah.
Winning at shooting is breaking even at life.
Don't tell all the hopefuls that. It's going to break their heart that they can't make a living doing this.
No, I mean, if you really want to be a badass, you got to work at CZ and shoot grenade launchers at people like Matt.
Clearly.
Or whatever.
Hopefully I'm doing that right when this airs.
Republic next week.
What's that?
CZ's not paying me to go to the Czech Republic next week.
Oh, those fuckers, they should, though. Maybe they will. Maybe there'll be like a marketing deal between the office of the president and... But probably not.
Presentation gun?
Oh, a presentation gun?
40
Yeah, let's get that out of the way right now. Any company that wants to make a presentation-grade gun and present it to the next USPSA president, I'm sure that Manny will appreciate that.
Damn.
No, seriously, they gave those guns to every sitting U.S. president. I mean, they gave them to Reagan, they gave them to both Bushes, they gave them to Nixon, they gave them to TR. And so if you want to give the next USPSA president some sort of special gold-plated and bumper chromed AK or whatever, that's FOLEY for the engraving.
All right, we'll take it under advisement.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably why you're going to the Czech Republic, is to pick up my presentation guns.
You'll be carrying them back, just carry them on?
It's usually a pair and pistols.
All right.
Wow. That all sounds pretty cool. All right, so either you two knuckleheads, Hopkins, do you have anything else to say about that style of match or what you'd like to see in the future?
I think we could adapt this to USPSA pretty easily.
Well, it would fit within USPSA rules what they did, right?
I think it definitely would. It'd definitely be a new division, but...
Wait, what? Are we talking about the match or something else?
PCC,
No, we're talking about something else. First of all, Steel Challenge is already looking at pistol caliber carbine as a division. As a matter of fact, the board heard the case and voted on it on November the 10th. We're recording this on November 23rd, and they haven't released those minutes yet. I speculate that it passed. I can't find any reason why it wouldn't have passed. What I'm hoping is that we can also run this up the poll and see if we can't get it approved for USPSA. There's no reason that you couldn't shoot carbines alongside pistols with the same targets, the same presentations. It presents almost no extra effort, and I think it would bring additional shooters and additional sponsors, and maybe it's not big numbers, but it sure was a lot of fun, and I don't see the downside.
Would it be more fun than shooting L10?
Yeah, you get 30-round mags with a fucking rifle, basically. It's awesome. and you get an optic on it, which was even one of the cooler things.
It's like open with a shoulder stock.
Yeah, exactly.
So, just for anybody that's curious, like what, obviously pistol caliber carbine, what tends to be probably the most prevalent? Like 9mm with, say, what, a 14, 16-inch barrel or something? Or
no,
like
the bullpup Israeli job, right?
There were a couple of those.
1.5-inch AR variant with a permanent flash hider on it, so that it's 50 states legal. There were some SBRs there. Obviously, you'd have to deal with the paperwork and the match and making sure that was allowed where you were going if you were going to go that route. I know that SIG has a gun for this called is it the Evo?
That's the
CZ.
Oh, that's the CZ. Okay, so CZ has the Scorpion Evo, and SIG has a pistol
The
caliber
MPX.
MPX out. Tabor, IWI Tabor has that one. JP has one. Tresna Defense has one. Even the like CMMG and Lone Wolf and those guys, they all have either a gun or the ability to build a gun that would accept Glock mags, which is what my carbine accepts. And that's one of the cool things about it is the cost, for everything we just talked about, with the exception of the Tabor, is most of those guns are $1,000 to $1,500 plus the optic. You could run a $200 Seymour, or you could run, I ran an aim-point micro on my JP. It just happens to be what I had laying around and what I'm familiar with.
So will you guys smoke some division to do this?
If we did this, what if we did this for USPSA?
As its own division, regardless of how many other divisions we have. I mean, we always get back to that. Are we going to burn a division? And did anybody read Phil's parting shot in front sight?
Yeah.
Where he recommends smoking L10.
Yep.
Oh, he did? That's
Yeah.
the only reason I voted him in. Like, he said he was going to do that.
Well, he is. He's waiting until he's out and Mike's in, and then Mike will smoke it, right?
Well, if he also took shots at the 30 or 40 keyboard commandos.
He did.
Right. And if you got a problem with, you are a keyboard commando, yes.
All right.
But anyway, yeah, if you
you're the real deal. You
Keyboard
just shot it
operator.
some more. Yeah.
I'm just
Keyboard
saying,
operator,
if 30 or 40 keyboard commandos bothers you, then if pissing off 30 or 40 guys that shoot at L10 would probably bother you too.
I think the L10 argument is something that we should hear everybody from every geography. We should really look at actual mission counts. It's one thing to talk about stabbing a division and taking it completely out of play. Without information, it's another to do it with information. And I've learned this year, if nothing else, that there are perceptions that I've had that don't necessarily mirror what the statistics are.
What was, like what?
Well, for example, the L10 mission count is pretty high in Area 7. And those guys like to go shoot L10. Now, that said, there were only 80-something people shooting it at the Nationals, including Hopkins, who shot L10 minor with his production gun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but imagine if that was pistol caliber carbine, Nationals and Open Nationals.
Shoot that over
L10.
Dude, that would be an awesome setup.
I would shoot it over most any division at this
Open
point.
and PCC, Mike. 2016 frostproof.
No, it's going to be probably
I'll be there.
It's probably be 2019, and at the same time, concurrently, they'll have L10 Nationals at Paso. Right, Mike? Fucking dickheads.
Having carbine and L10 guys going head to head would be epic.
Is there a rule you can't have a stock in PC or Open? Because I got a holster for my Evo.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's pretty much a deal.
You guys are fucking nerds.
Can you sling it? Can it be on a sling?
Oh, he can sling it.
Oh my God. All right. As I've said before, you assholes add whatever divisions you want. Just smoke the ones that nobody shoots. Look, you guys can have
and smoke L10.
You guys have your carry. You fags can have carry optics and PCC and L10 and I don't know, revolver. Just go away. I can live with that. That sounds fair. Mike is shaking his head no. He doesn't want to piss anybody off.
No, I'm okay with pissing people off. That's inevitable. It's going to happen. But I don't see any reason to be so quick and hasty to cut divisions at this point.
I don't think we're being quick and hasty smoking L10 at this point. But that's just me.
Let me ask that. I know, Matt, you were getting ready to allude to the fact if you could shoot L10 or the pistol caliber carbine, what would you have chose to shot?
Dude, I would shoot PCC alongside the Open Division as like a demo. If you want to do that, Mike, I'll be there.
Wait, but
I bet I could get 50 people to shoot that division.
No, Matt, I don't mean to put words in your mouth. Maybe I do. I don't know. But I think the L10 match was maybe too hard. Yeah. Like paired with Open, it was like the target presentation was maybe harder than it needed to be, right?
I thought it was real hard, but
if you put the optic on a PCC,
oh, dude, it'd be so
and you
fun.
pair it together, like that kind of synergizes well, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like,
see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It'd be like a single stack and revolver now, right?
And see, it adds the practicality. It adds the practicality back into practical shooting, right? Because everybody's going to start walking around with, pistol caliber carbines.
Hey, sheepdog's going to sheepdog, bro.
Straight up.
It's not the Pistols Shooting Association. It's practical, though. So.
Yeah.
Practical. That's right.
That's right.
Let me ask you guys a question regarding that, pairing of nationals. Where do you think carry optics nationals should be put? Should it be put with production? Should it be put with open? Where do you think that should be?
The obvious answer is who gives a shit
production.
Because because if you pair it with if you pair it up with anything else, the attendance isn't going to be too good.
It needs a standalone nationals.
Yeah, carry optics needs to be a standalone
so Ben's
deal.
voting for standalone carry optics nationals. Epic.
Look, it's real easy. You're just like, hey Ray, you want it? And he'll be like, yeah. And if he says no, you go, hey Frank, you want it? And he'll be like, yeah.
Wait, yeah. It's just Area 6, right? Because that's where all the carry optics guys are.
Hey Ken, you want it? And he'll say no.
It'd just be because it has to be someplace in Area 6.
Has to be Area 6.
Well, that's where all those carry optic guys are. They reside, right?
Yeah, both the carry optics guys are there.
Right. Exactly. So just stick it in their neck of the woods.
See, Mike, this is how you can run an organization. I mean, what I just laid out was, I'm pretty sure that's how nationals got sorted out this year. So
It's actually 2 years because it was a 2-year contract.
Get the
We'll do
map
the same
and put
way
on
for
a
next year.
blindfold, would you?
what's that?
Get the map and put on a blindfold. Let's go. Here's some darts.
Oh, you don't have that many options.
It's more like rolling a 4-sided dice.
It's a yeah, it is a
Actually, a 2-sided dice at this point.
yes, or
Flip a coin.
We have 2 special coins.
how many
Yeah.
sides are on a dreidel? It could be like that. I don't know.
Frostproof for St. George. Here you go.
Yeah, it will. No, you can't put it. Mike, if you could build some bridges with Ken, instead of having everything at PASA or Frostproof, we get St. George in the mix. That's Now you're cooking with gasoline,
East,
baby.
Midwest, and West Coast, dude.
Yeah, you're all set. Just rotate it around. It'll be great. All right, we're gonna move on, guys. Time to talk about a much more exciting topic: gun maintenance. How far do you go with gun maintenance over the winter? I basically just replaced a recoil spring and hammer spring, and that's it. I keep hearing horror stories about CZ trigger return springs breaking all the time, so I guess I should replace that too. Oh shit, man. Guys coming at you, Hopkins.
They break a lot. I mean, real simple maintenance on it. You don't drive your car forever and not change the oil in it.
Yeah.
Speak for yourself. I know other people who completely stripped down their gun into 1,000,000 pieces. This seems excessive and perhaps detrimental to the lifespan of the gun to me. Repeatedly driving out pins and back in, again, could, hypothetically, elongate the holes they fit into. It would be interesting to know what level of maintenance people who shoot a higher than average number of rounds per year do to their guns. And you know what? This is good, because Hopkins, you shoot higher than average number of rounds. I do. I'm pretty sure Tim does. And Foley shoots an average number of rounds through a way above average number of guns.
Yes.
Perfect.
It is. This guy, we covered everybody. All right, what do you do for Hopkins Hopkins, what do you do with your CZs?
My main gun, I replace all the springs once a year. It's usually in the late winter time though.
You mean literally all the springs?
All the wear springs. Trigger spring, extractor spring, recoil spring.
So not like the slide stop spring or whatever.
No. Not unless it needs it.
Okay, so you change all the springs. Anything else?
I tear it all the way down and clean it.
By all the way down, you mean taking everything out of every...
Yeah, all the way down to bare nothing in the frame at all. And I put it in an ultrasonic cleaner.
Holy shit.
It's the best cleaner I've ever used. I don't use it during the year because it cleans it too good. And they don't tend to run real good after that.
Okay.
They got to get a little dirty.
Ultrasonic cleaner for your gun. All right, Foley, I'm guessing you strip everything down to the bare frame and put it in an ultrasonic cleaner.
Negative.
Well, you only shoot like 30 different guns a year.
Yeah, I thought guns were disposable.
Do you make your wife do it? What do you do? Or your girlfriend? I don't know.
No, for me, if I'm shooting one gun for a long period of time, I will change the recoil spring. At the end of the year, I may clean it. Before a big match, I may clean it 2 weeks out so that I've got a little time to shoot it ahead of time.
Okay, by shooting it for a long time, people might be wondering what does that mean to you, like round count?
If I had one gun and I was going to shoot it all year long, regardless of the round count, I'd probably clean it twice. I'm not big on cleaning. I use thin oils. I add them. I keep on rocking. I mean, I shoot a lot of 1911s, obviously, and literally a couple times a year, just hose it out.
But you're training. You're shooting 50,000 rounds a year in practice, right?
Negative.
You're shooting 50 rounds a year in practice, right? That's probably
in practice, and 30,000 in matches.
Jesus. You try to take the poppers in one shot, you'll shoot less. Right?
That's it. Straight up.
All right, Tim, what about you?
Primarily I shoot 1911s, and I shoot the same 1911, probably 30 to 40,000 rounds a year. I tear it apart, completely detail strip it twice a year. So generally once towards the end of the year, and then once around April. So as I get ready to get prepared to shoot, to start the season. So and detail strip, of course, does all the pins, the hammer, the steer, and everything. I'll replace the recoil spring 3 times a year. I replace the mainspring once a year, and other than that, yeah. I mean, I don't get super crazy. I'm kind of like Mike. I don't get super crazy about cleaning it. Generally, I run it anywhere between 1,000 to 2,000 rounds.
Super crazy about cleaning it. Mike's like, yeah, I clean it twice a year.
Well, I don't clean. Definitely clean my gun more than twice a year. I always clean the gun, especially before a major. I'll clean it a couple of weeks out, and then I always generally put 200-300 rounds through it. Then I'll wipe it down again, add a couple drops of oil, put it in the bag, and it's ready to go. So, but I detail strip, especially like before in April, because you got a couple of big matches, and then single stack nationals is in May. I always want to make sure I've got time to pull the thing apart and make sure, hammer and sear engagement is where it needs to be. If there's any cracks or any kind of wear issues, things like that, I can get parts coming and swap things out. So I'm not stressed. So other than that, yeah, I replace the recoil spring when I kind of feel the gun kind of hammering into my palm more. I'm like, oh yeah, it's not returning the battery as good, and yeah, it's kind of hitting the back of my hand a lot harder. Okay, probably time to put a recoil spring in it. I don't know. I'm too busy shooting it to worry about tearing it apart and cleaning it all the damn time.
Okay. Well, as far as winter maintenance for my guns, I don't do any. That's pretty simple.
And here you were giving us crazy looks because like we were doing something weird.
I'm always talking.
No,
You guys always talk crazy to me.
That's weird.
What's that?
We're maintaining our guns. That's weird, right?
Well, fuck you guys. If it's my practice gun, I fix it if it breaks, and if it's so dirty it doesn't work anymore, I clean it. And if it's my match gun, I'm going to clean it before I shoot a major match with it, and that's it. I don't do shit over the winter. I mean, what's crazy about that?
Nothing.
How often do you clean the bore of your barrel?
Never.
Me neither.
I don't understand the question.
Well, like taking, I don't know, like a Hops number 9 or a bore brush or a bore snake or anything like that, and actually like cleaning the riflings out in the barrel or any of that.
Oh no, I use my bore brush for magazines. It works really well for that, actually.
How's that?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the last time I actually cleaned the bore on any of my pistols either.
I always run a bore snake down mine after I clean it because I got a bunch of junk in it usually.
Oh, I just if I'm cleaning air quotes my practice gun, I'll like spray oil into it until the oil starts coming out cleanish, and then I'll stop spraying oil into it, and then I'll wipe the oil. like this, stripping it down to the frame.
So awesome.
That's for the birds, man. I ain't doing that shit.
I don't ultrasonic clean anything. I actually take my guns to work. I work at an automotive shop, so I'll pull them apart at work and then put them in the solvent tank and just kind of brush everything out. And it's like to me, it's no different than a damn car part. So, it gets all the carbon and.
So that's how you treat your car parts?
I clean them in a solvent tank, of course.
Well, all right. This has been a really fun chat, guys. I really appreciate you coming on. Especially you, Mike, because you're the most respectable guy on here.
I concur.
Well, you're definitely the oldest. With age comes distinction.
Clearly.
And respect. All right. If you have any shooting questions for Hopkins, go to hopkinsshooting.com. Send them to him. If you want to try and get Hopkins and Tim for a class, do not message Tim on Facebook.
Well, actually, that's the best thing to do.
You're too slow, Tim.
I'm not too slow. I talked to him.
My boy Rob's trying to get you guys.
I messaged Rob right back. He has not read my message. I can see whether he's read it or not. He has not read my message back.
Okay. And if you have a shooting question, send it to benstegger@gmail.com or just go to my website. Find me. Send us questions.
President at USPSA.com.
Foley at President. Yes, if you have a question about... No, forget questions. If your opinion about what division is the correct division and what the division should be, if you know the way that should shake out, you're going to email president@uspsa.org, and you need to let him know.
Yeah.
Right? Right, Mike?
Seriously. Chat me up about pistol caliber carbine. Let me
No,
know.
no,
That's-
they're going to tell you what divisions are correct. I think everybody. If both the listeners like message you, like write you a thesis paper about what divisions are the right divisions, wouldn't that be really a great way to use for you to spend your day, Mike?
Both of the listeners.
That's just one of those. That's just one of those things where like every motherfucker has an opinion, and at the end of it, it's you can't make everybody happy.
Wow, nobody shared any opinions with me this year.
Well, that's got to change.